Let me stop. Let me stop being childish. Okay, we live, people. Let's act like we got sense. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
What's going on, peeps?
Come on in, get your seed.
Come
Get you a
on in the
drink.
room.
Get you a drink.
Is we live?
And for those who don't drink, maybe you get heavily medicated.
Oh,
Yes. Or drink some water. It's good to stay hydrated.
Or eat some fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's plenty of options.
Oh, this could be a good icebreaker. What you ate today?
What did I? Oh, so today I ate Chicago style pizza.
Oh, I love big dish.
So it was unexpected, and that was my first time really ever having Chicago style pizza. Yeah, they had ordered pizza at work, and they accidentally ordered it like that at work, and so we ended up with like 5 Chicago style pizzas from
Star Pizza.
Star
I love
Pizza.
Star Pizza.
And they ordered I requested a margarita pizza. I ain't gonna lie, it was so divine. It was so cheesy. I'm not. They did cut the tomatoes a little too big for me, but it was so good.
what is it? Was it the deep dish like it usually is in Chicago? Oh,
Oh, and then when they bought a cheese one too. When I said the cheese one looks I had never seen a cheese pizza look so good.
my stomach could be toe up. From the
I had like four or five pizzas. I ain't gonna lie.
Ooh.
So you lactose intolerant, Marlena? Lactose intolerant?
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
I don't know if she can hear me.
I'm just sharing. All right, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We live and in living colors.
Sorry, we was trying some things. What we looking at, Dunce? What happened out the window?
I just started trying to see.
You know, you can't do stuff like that around black people.
We're on the 3rd floor. But
that don't mean nothing.
I was trying to see if his plants, how they was doing at my plant
You
post.
can't do stuff like that around black people. You have everybody scared.
Then I got a green thumb since the pandemic. That's my new skill.
You have people sitting having wellness checks going on over here trying to see if we okay.
And then that's when we pull out these.
That taser scared me. I was just, I was trying to just test it out.
Oh, really?
You see what I said? Some people might water. Joel talk about she already scared.
Look, I be on my Tomb Raider, Laura Croft. I be ready for. I be in the hood going on adventures.
Okay. I ain't mad. I like an adventure.
I'm running through your nigga house like a Tomb Raider.
In fact, like a motherfucking Tomb Raider. That's me and my good sister cat saying right now.
Oh, that's what you got right there.
Yeah, that's what
I
got. Yeah, you can nail it to the wall and stuff and things.
You see another one. If you don't
it ain't gonna be not long.
You know what the people gonna.
Well, they like you gonna come and get it in a time little fashion. By the time you text back, it'll be sold.
Here we go. All right, we got people coming in. Hey, Miss Tanner, thank you again for reminding me to vote. Thank you, I appreciate that text.
Hey, Mama.
Hi, Miss Tanner, how y'all doing? Yeah. Don't mind me and Adonis. That's just how we act, y'all. Even in public, we sorry.
Y'all gotta act right around my mama. Y'all can't do that.
Even in
mama
public,
in the live.
Act how we act, okay? So what's going on? So are you in charge, Joel? I'm sorry.
I'm in charge.
No, Marlena does the iceberg, ain't she?
Well, wait, but okay. So technically, we introduce ourselves.
Okay.
Then we'll do.
Okay. Why we act like we don't know how this goes?
But we be on our own time. We be like, we'll skip 3 weeks and then switch it to Thursday real quick.
Crystal McFarland said, "Hey, cousin."
What's going on, Crystal? Long time.
Maybe she McFarland. That means she.
Yeah, that means she your cousin too. This your cousin too, Crystal.
So we introduce ourselves.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm Bernice McFarland. I'm the founder executive director of the Mahogany Project, also known as V Fierce.
I am Adonis Dorleen. I'm not the same dude, never the lame dude, but always the main dude. I'm a part of a lot of things. I am the community coordinator. That's what I am.
Yeah.
Yes, the community. We've been sipping already. It's a party. We celebrating Pride. We gotta catch up. And it's me.
Okay. Hey, hold me.
And I'm Marnina the Queen. I'm also an admin member of the My Hiking Project
And a board member.
and a board member.
I am Joelle, aka your man's first choice, and I am boss lady
It's
communication.
said, boss lady. The man's first choice. Because it ain't what he is, it's what he want to be.
Period.
I like this song. I need to grow up, but I actually do like this song.
All right, so we want to welcome you all to In Living Colors, the We Got Pride edition, where we giving you what you need during the quarantine.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And we never getting off of quarantine, so
Right.
Never.
make sure y'all get y'all a drink and sip with us. We got some interesting topics tonight, as well as the focus, which is Pride. So we'll start off with any Mahogany Project announcements. Bernice, you want to kick that off?
Yeah, so first off, I want to say thanks to Nancy Hustle, which is a local restaurant here in Edo, right off of Polk Street. They did a fundraiser for us as a part of an anti-racism bake-off or bake sale. And they raised $537 for us.
Oh, wow. Great.
It's really, really dope. But the best part is I actually went and bought some of the cookies, and the cookies were good. I ain't even lie. They had some apricot oatmeal cookies. They were really, really good. And they had some double chocolate chips. Boom. Boom. Boom.
That's what's up.
We also had a draw-a-thon going on, and forgive me because I can't remember the artist's name right off the top of my head. But let me
We
grab
support
her
those
name.
and support us. We might be able to see if we can do like a show up one day.
Yes, so Maria Haig, she did a fundraiser for us, where she did a draw-a-thon where you can, donate more than $20. And you can get a photo cartoon, like drawing of yourself with floral images in your head. And thus far, she raised over $2,500 for us.
Oh, wow. And this is custom. This ain't like how some people.
Wait, we missed the deadline.
Yep, it was Wednesday was the cutoff.
Oh, no.
See, I'm always on CP time.
But she $2,500. And I just think that's really, really dope. So shout out. I also shout out to Rachel, who's also selling pins for us on Etsy. You buy one of those pins, they're $13. It's like a Black Lives Matter. Can you pass that first? It's a Black Lives Matter pin in trans colors. They're $13. Also on Instagram, Bryce from Survivor season 28 is selling shirts for us as well, and those funds and proceeds come to us. This is what the pen look like. They really, really could. Oh, like we doing a demo,
like that, right?
like we doing a tutorial. Okay, so this is what it looks like.
How much is it?
These are $13. Okay. So shout out to all of those people who supporting and doing all those beautiful things. Shout out to the people
that's cute.
also buying the stuff as well, and supporting those fundraisers. That's really, really dope. And if you're watching, we hope that you continue to support us, and you hoping and finding your heart to become a monthly donor, and those things are all amazing. And we also hope that you stay tuned and continue to support our events as well. Thank you guys.
Thank y'all so much.
Yeah. All right, so first up, we got Marnina with the icebreaker.
I actually got two for y'all today.
Go ahead.
So I want to know your rose today and your thorn. So what was something good and something not so good that happened in your day today?
Oh, wow. So I had a really good day today. So I really don't have anything that happened that bad. I can say that I went to Kroger's today and they didn't have a Gatorade flavor that I wanted. That's probably like the worst thing that happened to me today. Like no lie. And probably like the best thing was having Chicago style deep pizza for the first time.
I'll go check.
It was delicious.
Again, my day was amazing. Yeah, well, it was amazing. I guess somewhat what the thorn would be today would be, My baby was up all night and was still up all day. And then he didn't get no sleep because he was working on some stuff. So I definitely want my man to rest. Sleep is a necessity, not a luxury. But other than that, I can't complain.
My day was full of thorns. My job is awful, but that's because I'm an essential worker dealing with these crazy people that don't want to stay home. I would say that my rose is in living colors. I was excited to get off and then prepare and do this show with these amazing, beautiful people.
Looking lovely with it.
I guess I'm gonna go too. I guess my rose today is seeing y'all because we all quarantined out and I can't love on y'all like I usually would, but I'm glad to see y'all smiling faces. And I think my thorn today would be the fact that the Walmart by my house was closed for cleaning for quarantine.
Like all day long?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was for 2 days that they were closed.
They closed today too. I was like, okay, this is getting ridiculous.
And I was trying to go today too.
Y'all don't need to be at Walmart.
I guess it's a sign from Jesus that I don't need to be.
Don't nobody like Walmart anyway.
But it's so convenient sometimes.
It really is. You can get everything.
Target is nice too. Target's a lot.
Is black on the rainbow?
It is
I mean,
now.
they did add it. They added black and brown.
Okay, because like Nina Simone say, black is the color of my true love's hair. That's
Wow.
Mm.
That's what's up. I don't know.
Well, as you can probably tell,
Orange.
this is my favorite color in general. I just love the color of orange, and so doing some research on the color orange, and learning why Buddhist monks wear the color orange was kind of like,
Why do they wear it?
Yeah, I'm like
enlightenment, wisdom, prosperity. It was just like that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, get a little more in your life.
I guess I'm with Joe. Yeah, I love black. If y'all, anybody who knows me knows I'm a black. So I love black. Black is everything. Everything black.
Black people, black food.
All of it.
Period.
All of it.
I'm sure they got orange people somewhere.
They do, but we talking about black people. All lives matter. Our color. We say
Orange people, they on the Simpsons, but I don't know about them.
What about y'all out there? What's y'all favorite color?
It's one in the White House. It's an orange person in the White House.
Red, orange, hot Cheeto, red, orange.
This is accurate.
He like Dorito orange.
He is. He a nasty, ugly orange.
He like a Dorito orange.
It's like that bag of Doritos that's left in the pack, the multi-pack,
Mm-hmm.
and you end up throwing it away because it's just left over.
That's it.
So now y'all calling me a Fritos. Damn, y'all ain't right.
I think mine is brown because I love the fact that they added the black and the brown. I would say black, but y'all took that already, so I'm gonna say brown. I like the fact that they try to be inclusive of black people, especially since we know that the pride events are not heavily inundated with black and brown folks, and I think that was a nice thing.
Marnina, you skipping ahead.
I'm about to say.
Oh, my bad.
We get to that.
John said
But
I
I was gonna ask y'all, how did y'all feel about black and brown being included in the flag since y'all did? But we'll discuss that later down. We get down to that part because I have a lot on that. Because
I did say that John's favorite color is yellow and gold when we asked what people's favorite colors were.
Okay.
I want to say Hana Yani. Is that their name? Said I don't know any of you, but you all are beautiful. Yes, Mahogany.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
It's sweet.
That was sweet.
Shout out to my good sis Gabriel Washington watching.
Okay, so
It's an iceberg. Okay.
Next, we going to Adonis with the hot takes.
Oh, what's up? What's up? You know, I love pop culture. You know, as a lot of us all do. You know, So first on the list is Disclosure. I don't know if y'all been binge watching Netflix. Because I know at the beginning of the pandemic, we all was on the Tiger King. I missed that part of the pandemic.
I still am. I watched it the other day.
And then
I posted it on Facebook.
yeah,
Sure
and that
did.
woman.
You can't let it go. Let Tiger King go.
And wrong, I inboxed the video of Carol early this morning singing "It's Your Birthday" by 50 Cent, her and Dunn. Okay, that's how I started my morning off.
Where's your husband at? What was they? Where your ex-husband at?
Disclosure, come on.
Disclosure. So Disclosure is a documentary on Netflix that it gives more insight to people of trans experience in the media. So I learned a lot. I learned a ton. First of all, you got to remain teachable. And just because you are quote unquote ally of the year, well, I'm not ally of the year, I'm accomplice of the year. Because I'm not just gonna be an ally. I'm gonna be accomplice.
You are, Alice.
I'm an accomplice because I'm gonna go to jail with you, I'm protesting with you, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. However, so what I love, who's all seen Disclosure?
I seen it. Okay. Then we should have known.
Now you know me and Joelle don't watch no TV.
I watched the first 24 minutes, but I was bored.
It actually is a really, really good watch. It's very, very informative.
And you might change your mind on how you feel about Old Girl too, Joel.
As a TPNC,
but I do want to see it. I don't care. I don't think I'll change my mind on her, but I do want to see it because I've heard nothing but good things about it. I just, the way that Black people feel about like Tyler Perry stuff or like when they see us and 7 seconds, like it's so we just go. I just wish that when they get these millions of dollars to do content, I don't want to have to teach. I want just some new content. Like it can be some subjective stuff. I don't necessarily have to agree with it, but I just wish that there was just something new. Like, and I do like, there were things that the part that I saw that I did learn, but I was just like, I'm bored. I want something new. Like, I feel like just like a Black person where we're getting the same type of content regurgitated, whether it's good or not, because I'm pretty sure that when they see us, it's good, but it's also some of the same stuff that we've been getting. So I don't know. I'm going to watch it, but I'm not really, I don't know. I just want something different.
So it was a really, really good watch.
I'm actually more excited to watch the Shy than that.
The Shy.
Because I want to see Amani and the Shy. That's the shit I want to see.
The Shy is good TV.
I gotta catch up on.
No, the Shy is good TV, baby.
I actually have never seen it, but I want to watch it.
It's good TV, and I love her in this show. I'm not gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna move on. But I think Disclosure is a really, really good show. It's very, very informative. I learned a lot as a TGNC NB person. I learned so much information. I do think it was some things, but I'm always gonna be a critiquer. I'm always gonna be a person that feel like you could,
as you should.
You could have built upon some things. But I feel like they could have been more inclusive in some of the documentaries that focus on Black trans men, like Man Made and the other documentary that came out in 2006. Because I remember I was sending you a list of documentaries because we're trying to find one for Black Trans Empowerment Week. But they could have been more inclusive in that aspect. And instead of it being a lot of like people in Hollywood, I wish they would have went out and also found like some really good community leaders and community advocates and things like that.
Well, I mean, when we're talking about Old Girl, that's all you're gonna get is Hollywood. So.
Yeah. But that's just because I think that while I think it's good to always hear from those kind of people who have made it to that point, I think it's always instrumental to listen and hear from people who's actually doing the work, who's having these experiences and at the same time they're doing the work, they're living and existing, and all of this is happening at the same time. Because yeah, it's great to hear how you rose above. That's amazing. But now you're at this point of privilege where these things don't matter in the same aspect where they may matter to a 15-year-old black trans girl in the middle of Iowa. Yeah. The way, or Montana, that shit works totally different from the way that it works for you versus them. So I think also hearing from, and I hate when we say like real people because they are real people, but I do want to say some community leaders or some people out here actually doing the work and having the experience.
What I learned, what made me say amen and ouch was the depiction of trans people on television. So, you know, I'm like 80s baby, 90s kid. So when I saw trans representation and they were showing the clips, it was always two narratives. It was either, and because most of the time, except I think once with Candace Cain, most of the time they had 6 people portraying them, right? And in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, or in The Crying Game, no, The Crying Game was a trans woman, wasn't it?
Yeah. I feel like
so it was a cisgender man that was portraying a trans woman.
I don't know how Jay. I forgot their name because I don't know how they identify, but I think Jay identified as queer. I don't know. That's a gray area because I don't know. That was a gray area.
But my point with all of that saying how when the person spoke their truth or they found out that person's truth, they always reacted with the act of vomiting as if though they were disgusted. And I'm watching with Baby saying, you know, like seeing that growing up, it feels like whenever I did disclose to somebody, there was gonna be their reaction. I was like, damn, I never thought about it like that. But when you see it like over and over and over again, it makes perfect sense. So I was like, damn, or if they did, besides disclosure, when they did, you always see it. Y'all tell me, let me know when I'm wrong, acknowledge me when I'm right. Most of the times when you see a trans individual in one of those, what kind of shows them? Like some kind of show that involves doctors and all that, whether it's Grey's Anatomy or whatnot.
Nip Tuck.
Yeah, Nip Tuck, they end up having a death-defying element that's dealing with their assigned gender at birth. So some kind of way you're gonna die because as a trans woman, you have issues with your prostate. They always brought it back to acknowledge that versus, you know, trans people with trans experience don't only have ailments that are just due to their assigned gender at birth. Mm-hmm. So I was like, damn, and it's true. And then they just showed so many different like narratives of what it was displayed. So
I do want to acknowledge what they said that what Candace Cain showed, what they did to her was fucked up.
Oh, yes. Not to mention, they tried to have someone in the 70s, I forgot mama's name, please forgive me, but Hollywood, when they were trying to cast a trans woman, it was a trans woman that was going to get the part, but they said, no, you're too quote unquote real. And they went to somebody who they can make a mockery of. So it was really interesting.
Was that for the Jeffersons for that episode? Is that because I saw that part and I was like, here we go. I was like,
maybe go back and watch that episode, Edie.
I don't remember that part.
Mama was real pretty. She kind of looked like Michelle Obama.
She did kind of look like Michelle Obama.
So yeah, if you haven't seen Disclosure, please watch Disclosure. What do y'all think about Disclosure in the comments? Y'all drop down, let us know y'all opinions.
I'll watch it this weekend.
Please. Next on the list, we have Black Hollywood, Will, Jada, August in the Entanglement. Thoughts, comments, concerns, let me know. Because I know all y'all got a Will then, please, I'm listening.
Am I in the minority that think that Will is finer than August? I don't understand everybody on August. Yeah. I don't get it.
Well, you know, August had this lawsuit where he had messed up a girl's cervix or something. Like his penis was so big and like messed up her cervix.
I don't know. Big dick me that are just They're
Yeah,
not.
it's got a picture of him in his underwear.
I've seen it. It's nice to look at. I don't want that inside of me. I like my insides intact. I'm sorry. I don't know. But Will is do people not understand? I mean, we talking about Will Smith. Will is fine.
But I'm like, I'm with you. I think I would prefer Will. First of all, I like maturity, number one. And then Will he can do these.
Oh, that's it. I'm glad you answer all the questions.
But Will is just, to me, he got a better person. I mean, I don't know him personally, but he just is funny. He's entertaining. Like, it seemed like he just will keep.
We don't know what August Alsina is like personally.
Nah, but we talking about Will.
Well, I'm underwhelmed by everything I've seen. It seemed like he got too much going on.
But he was sick. Oh, he had an ailment. So now we say people can't be ill no more.
I'm gonna say this.
Y'all said, not on my watch. Not on my watch.
I got so much slack for this, and I'm probably gonna catch some more. But I said this about August, okay? If you've ever dated a man from New Orleans, Louisiana, baby, that is a pattern that they do. They react like that. I don't care. I don't want to hear y'all talking about, not all, but all the ones that I have dated. Let their feelings get hurt. They pull stunts like that. They blow up your spot. And then want you to take them back.
I agree.
We have to live vicariously through y'all, baby, because I don't know nothing about
my ex that was in my blog post for the Mahogany Project, he was from New Orleans, and he politely did me the same way.
So I believe this conversation.
Well, I just want to say I don't believe in entanglements. I believe in untanglements. Okay, you know, I just believe that whatever the people's doing, it was their business. I mean, everybody's so focused on what Jada was. Y'all didn't see Will in the pictures with that white woman with both of them raising their shirts up at her short.
But nobody talking about Will and Dwayne Martin. I mean, are we just too old, or is everybody too young to know that?
Okay.
Will keep his in check. Will say, whoever Will got, you ain't seen them running to the media doing the show.
But then too, okay, so this is my conundrum with it. So we usually see men taking advantage of vulnerable people or people in vulnerable positions. And so as like a feminist, I'm like, you shouldn't be talking about what Jada did or whatever. But also, Jada, you took advantage of somebody who was vulnerable. Like, he went to you for help. He was sick. He said that he was going through all this stuff, and he was coming to y'all for help. And that's what you do. You go have sex with the man. Like,
she had saw that dick print. She had saw that dick print.
If it worked.
Wish that they would have just kept it private. I think it was messy. Whatever entanglements, because I don't know the details. I didn't look at the interviews or anything. I just feel like I wish they would have just kept it private or just dealt with it privately, because I just think that exposing stuff like that really puts a bad spin on any type of open and poly relationships. Like, I don't trust me.
But you know what? That's another thing I loved about it. The way Jada and Will handled it, they addressed everything. They didn't deny a thing.
Bad marriage for life.
They said bad marriage for life jokingly, and what he said.
Was it a joke?
They said whatever it was, they still together. And that's the thing that, like, when you say these vows are better words, they'll do a point. Will said when they had the Red Table Talk, there's nothing that you can do that will make me leave you. And I'm like, if that ain't no empowerment thing to say within a partnership into a dynamic, I don't know.
No, I don't know.
He got more money than her, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe she made before all this. They ain't got money.
Because it's like, I get we can get over, but I don't know.
If it's a Google work.
I'm sorry, my love comes with conditions. Terms
and conditions, all of them.
What are the conditions to tell us?
I love my girl, but like, I told her, like, we're not gonna be having sex with other people because I already got to compromise the immune system. So I don't need you bringing nothing home to me. You know, and if we are going to engage in that, we need to talk about it as a couple, as two people. I also, you know, do not like lying. That's like a pet peeve of mine. Like lying will get you cut right immediately. It's immediately like no. So lying and cheating for me, can't do it.
Now, what if you fast forward 20 years from now? Y'all got 2 kids.
Will
Y'all got
Smith is worth $250 million and Jada is only worth $50 million.
Let me tell you something.
But they've been married for so long.
How much
That's
he
why
worth?
he not leaving her.
How much he worth?
half of that is hers.
Half is hers. That's why he not leaving.
Well, not even had their fifth after 250.
Exactly.
And then too, like we know they swingers, like.
And this is 250 in 2014.
Yeah. So that would change a lot of tune. So let me tell you something.
My bad movie, so it might still be around 250.
I could be because I done been cheated on and all that. But let me tell you something. I'd rather be rich and in entanglement than broke and entanglement. I will definitely react to the situation different. While I'm in this compound versus while I'm in an apartment, baby, my reaction may be different. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, is you gonna cry in the Maserati or cry in the in the
Crying
Uber?
on my way to the spa. On the shopping spree with Zoe and Mia, baby. Blueprint.
Okay.
Hit them up style. Yes.
Call your girl.
I was like, come on. I was like, y'all, let's get cash for it. Look, gas tank on E. I'll drink some B. Let's go.
And we let the cash box ring away. Okay. Oops.
That's it. I will say, on a more serious note, the only person I do see, because Will and Jada, they close ranks like they do, and they had a united front. The only person that I do feel bad for is August because of his emotional state. My only issue I have with all of this, and this is coming from somebody with a child that's 15 years old, because I was a young father, but anyway, let's just say a couple of years from now, my son is 18, 19, 20s, and his homeboy comes to the house. Let's just say when I'm married, then if we had a type of dynamic, there is nothing that my son's friend can do for me to entertain him. Period. Matter of fact, let me tell you something. Y'all gonna attack me for this, but as a father of a teenage boy and being once a teenage man and also dealing with teenager men, baby, y'all don't even write properly for me to even entertain anything that you will do. So I don't know what a young dude can do for you to, I don't know, because you know they say that people in midlife crisis, but that child came into your house as your son's friend. Have more respect for your son than anything else of your child, because I can't see.
No, man.
Like, that's the only thing I can't get with. I can't get with.
I can't either.
So
And then who's to say that's not a capitalistic ploy? Because to me, everything goes back to capitalism. I really feel like they did it for. I mean, he got a new CD coming out. She got the Red Table Talk that ain't really got no content right now. He also got this docu-series on his life. So I mean, who's to say it ain't no, ploy for their project?
That's how I set up.
I'm underwhelmed by if this was the ploy. I'm underwhelmed by it all because the album didn't sell. Red Talk is still boring. It's like got a hit movie. I'm confused because I'm like, well, what are we doing? I'm just like, what's going on? I wish they would have just dealt with it how they dealt with it. I do agree. I feel like, yeah, you can mess with who you want to mess with, but that age difference, August is real immature. Even how he dealt with Keke Palmer. Like, why you didn't have that same energy with Jada? You came at Keke, and Keke didn't even say nothing about him. Like, but you come at her so reckless, but you won't have that same energy with Jada, who apparently just broke you down. Like, boy, bye. That's that messy stuff. I don't have time for it.
That's the power. That's them all the women that put it on. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
I'm like, look, throw the whole nigga away. And I never listened to no August Alsina song anyway, so I wouldn't even be able to tell you what he's saying.
And again, he has a pattern because he did that. He blew up Jada's spot, then he blew up
But I do know that Will is a bad boy. I know that much. Jada fucked up because I don't know.
How did he blow up Kiki's spot?
You know what? We got so much we gotta cover. We have to come back.
Okay.
I don't even like August Alsina body. Like, yeah, he got a big dick, but he's so skinny and knock-kneed. Like, ugh.
I mean, he make up for it with their work.
I'm sorry. That picture with him between that split of him and Will, I was like, this clearly shows how immature and young people are. Because Will is a whole fucking.
So now I'm immature and young.
Maybe I already had the buffet.
I'm just like, Will is a building I'm trying to climb. I don't understand.
Okay, fine. So it's fuck me.
Hey, listen, I'm with you, boss lady. I prefer men older, established, emotionally intelligent,
Close to
emotionally
death.
mature. Here she go. You'll see.
Close to death shit. Well, death becomes her. Hey, what we doing?
Right. But there we go. So what's next on the list? Voting.
Okay.
All right. So did y'all vote in the runoffs in the Texas primary?
I did.
I did.
I did. Thanks to Miss Tanner. Again, she reminded me. I was gonna vote, but I did. I always vote early, but she reminded me, and I appreciate it.
I have a question about the voting.
What's up?
How did y'all feel about, or did y'all know about the drive-up voting that they did during the primary? The drive-through voting.
I didn't.
I didn't know about it till later.
I'm for it, and I feel some type of way. And maybe it can be like, maybe it could come off ableist, but I'm like, if y'all had that, then I could have did that. Instead of getting out and going and wait, like, if I can drive up, say, yo, let me, bam.
You drive through voting, baby.
I just think that
I also feel like if I could drive up and vote, why the hell couldn't I mail in my ballot? And why couldn't everybody just mail in their ballot?
And you drive and vote now. Why couldn't you do that? Why couldn't you do all of this in the past? I don't understand. Why couldn't you make it this convenient and easy in the past?
Because voter suppression is real.
Until it fixes them.
I'm ready for this whole system to burn down. All of it.
Me too.
They're gonna burn it down.
I don't want to say that I want Trump to win,
I
but
want to roll tonight.
I want Trump to win so that we can have a civil war, because I think that the system needs. I'm serious.
Whoa, Joelle. Whoa.
Because it'll clearly show that the system is rigged, just like
You
last
took me too fast. You took me too fast.
The system is rigged, regardless, because you can't expect a system that's built by cisgender, patriarchal, straight white people to really let us win. No, they're not gonna let us win. It's gonna be some shit. And that's why I'm like, child, I'm ready for this shit to burn down so we can start over.
Yeah, trust it, huh?
Honestly, I may have a Nick Cannon moment, but I'm gonna say this. I went to go purchase me a gun, like, online or whatever, to go pick up in store. And I noticed that a lot of the guns were sold out.
Oh, yeah.
And so me and my best friend were having this conversation. She was like, you need to buy a gun ASAP because a lot of white folks are buying guns. Yeah. You need to get you one too. And so I definitely think that Black folks need to become gun owners, and they need to get their CDLs, all of that stuff ASAP. Because it's serious.
I have other weapons, but I need to get a gun because my apartment is booby trapped like Home Alone. But I need to get a gun.
So two things. One, for people who don't want to get,
since we're speaking about
for transgender, non-binary, and gender non-conforming folks who do not want to get guns, you can go to the Mahogany Project page on Facebook and Instagram. Go to our link tree and click where it says Uprising, and you can request these items for self-defense.
There you go.
But I would also like to say at the same time, since we're on the topic of voting,
you gotta do like Gigi Gorgeous, like
the census. The census ends on July 31st. And if you have not participated in the U.S. Census, now will be a great time to participate in the U.S. Census. I know historically Black people and other people of color have not participated in the U.S. Census because, you know, people have told us things like, oh, them people just want to know who all in your house. Oh, them folks just want to be up in your business. But y'all participate in the census so we can get this money for these Black communities. How can we have parks and urban gardens and libraries and the things that we need, child, if we ain't got the money?
Absolutely.
So y'all always talking about how we ain't got enough money.
And when we get it, y'all don't go out there tearing it up.
Okay.
Don't go up there
Please
jumping
don't
off
tear it
on it. Please
Okay,
don't.
please don't go write "fuck you" on the slide and write your gang into the slide.
Don't
and
write
do that.
DA, South Park. Please don't do none of that.
Because last time you on the text when you talking about the north side. You thought I hit
Why that's cool.
Or anywho.
Okay.
So we covered voting. I'm glad everyone voted. Last but not least, boom, boom, boom. City of Houston shutting down to COVID. Thoughts, comments, questions, concerns. How y'all feel about it?
It should have been shut down because these people are irky. They irky, they annoying, and they won't stay home. It should have been shut down.
Yeah, it really should have. I wish we would have stayed like how we were in that first phase. No restaurants were open. Besides, you know, the McDonald's drive-through. I say we really do need to go back to this. Like, carry out is fine for the restaurants because they got to make their money. But again, and I know some people gonna feel some type of way. It is not essential or necessity for you to be at the bar. That's number one. It's not.
Them your people.
It's not. And I'm gonna tell you, there has only been one establishment, now drive-through Montrose, that specifically caters to people of our community that's open. I ain't gonna say no names.
Because we can't get sued.
I ain't gonna say no names, but drive through there and see who's still operational.
But that's
I can tell you who not operational. I ain't Crocker not open. TC's Cuz is not open. Who is not open? Because TC's boarded up, but it's not open.
That's because them people are restaurant.
Mm-hmm. But people.
I done this.
But if you a restaurant,
who next? Because we have to.
And you still open with the good time music after hours, what that mean?
So my cousin and grandmother would say. So basically, down at the Sugar Shack, they not doing what they supposed to be doing.
Yes, they doing, but they want y'all money. They want to purposely put you in harm's way.
I just think that it needs to be even more, because I don't even think that we did it good the first time. I think that it should be a curfew. The city need to shut down at fucking 5. Everybody need to go home. And I think that any, essential workers like grocery stores, fuck that. You need to get what you need to get before 5. Everybody needs to stay home. And I think that it's just, they don't want to be strict because everybody is money hungry. Everybody.
It's capitalism.
And I just feel like even with the mask mandate, it was still businesses that weren't following.
Child, feel like them people be wearing a mask, right? They be walking around with their fucking nose out. That's not how you wear the mask.
But when Hidalgo said that back then, for it to be a mandate and a fine, it was pushback.
Well, girl, $1,000 was a lot of money.
Let me see. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of money. Guess what I'm not gonna do? I ain't about to get no fine. It's $1,000. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna here obey the laws of the land. So that's what give me a lot of people. I hear somebody say Christian obey the laws of the land. What's the problem? I'm just saying.
That's the Christians.
If y'all who Christians, the ones who are pushing back, if the books say obey the laws of the land, why you not obeying?
I'm just trying to wear my mask so this shit can over.
Wait, what you do, Joel? Say what?
So I could just wear my lipstick in public. Look, I got too many glosses and lipsticks, and they just sitting here because these bitches don't want to wear masks. I don't understand.
I don't understand what the hard part is either. Like, it's just boom, bam, done. Like,
and what I see is the white people, they are so it's like they about to have a panic attack, especially if you're a black or brown person of color, telling them, can you wear a mask? They get the falling out, like you oppressing them. Like, I don't understand that.
which the whole Karen narrative came from them always trying to quote unquote enforce the rules and the law. So when we do it, it's an issue. So it was never about the rules and regulation, it was about power.
I think these parents and these Kevins don't want to be told what to do because for centuries they haven't been told. And I think that they've always been being so used to being the people in power that for someone, especially someone of a darker hue, to be like, you can't come in here without a mask. It's a fight. It's gonna be a fight every freaking time. And it's so annoying because they're not listening to Judge Hidalgo. And I think they're doing it because not only is she brown, but she's a brown woman, and she's a brown woman that is also young. So all of those things combined, they don't want to listen to her. But it's coming to pass that all of the shit that they asked for, including the makeshift hospital that they took down, has to be rebuilt because now we're at capacity. It's like, listen to young folks, listen to young brown and black folks. Like, just listen. We know what the hell we talking about. I don't understand. I don't get it.
They be so quick to be like they can't breathe. Well, we can't breathe with y'all knees on our neck. We can't breathe with that. So hey, y'all can manage for a couple of minutes.
Mm-hmm. I got to breathe.
I got a health condition where I can't wear a mask.
Well, baby, you need to send somebody to the stove.
Ask me what it is.
You need to send somebody to the stove for you then.
I'm just telling y'all what they saying.
And I want to know what's the health condition where you can't wear a mask, because I got asthma, severe asthma, and I could wear a mask. I could breathe. Why you can't breathe? Like,
what you really need to do is assemble some goons, and and my favorite word is just have them posted up and stealing off on people that don't want to hear too. You got a mask, you still off. We're gonna ask you one time with your mask, you want to still off.
I love to be like, you gotta wear a mask, and I'm like, I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna pull y'all.
I become Kevin, Kyle, all the K's.
I could be a Kenitra. Okay, I'm calling the police. I will, with the blind bob and all. I got your Karen. Okay.
So, Marnita, you made Erica sign a contract.
What contract?
Oh, what the tea?
I ain't see that.
In my talk about it. Hold on.
Listen, I don't make the news. I just reported, baby. That's what she said. You made her sign the contract.
Okay, so the thing is, when you with me, I'm gonna need for you to, be on your shit, because I'm gonna be on my shit. I'm gonna provide for myself. I'm gonna need for you to provide for yourself. And if you ever break any of those rules,
Okay, Jada. I heard.
And if you break any of those rules, you got to go. You got to go.
So are we gonna get the red table talk from you?
Y'all bet.
We can have that black girl talk.
We need one.
Like, that's actually the upcoming project that's on
Black girls in relationships, black girls in dating.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a girls' chat. We're gonna host one. But let's get into this good dialogue, because I've been waiting for this.
Oh, which one? About the schools?
No.
Thank you. Oh. Thank you. I completely gotta thank you, Marnita. Let me see. Thank you.
The people not gonna understand. They don't understand the laughter about the schools. It's not funny.
Look at her, he like he want to kill me.
Right. So, and two individuals whose parents are educators, this is something that should be of great importance to us. So real quick, so now you have school boards meeting via Zoom about whether kids should go to school or have virtual learning. Let me say it again. The school board is meeting via Zoom if it's okay for kids to go to brick and mortars for education versus virtual learning. Here's my issue with that. Now, we have parents of all creeds, colors, nationalities, orientations. And I don't want anybody to feel no type of way. And this is also coming from a father of a 15-year-old. Kids, as much as I love them, and I just love the kids, normally this week I would be at Camp Hope. So, we know how kids are. We know how little kids are. Kids carry a lot of germs. They just said for whatever reason, they like to get into a lot of stuff. They don't like to clean and sanitize like they should. Okay. So you mean to tell me that it makes perfect sense for individuals, especially if they live in the inner city, to go to all these quote unquote already overcrowded classrooms where they can't social distance, and y'all worried about kids wearing masks half of the time, and I don't give a damn what class they come from. We can't even make them keep on coats, okay? So you want to keep them in this like compact environment so they can go home and spread it your way and your homeboy's way, sometimes your cousin's way. Okay. You see what I'm saying? And you see so not only you don't know where their parents have been, but so let's say the typical household, like what, 4 people, right? Okay. So mama did it, you come home, daddy did, mama, or in between, you come home to the kids, okay? Y'all are already, hopefully you still quarantining, so it stays within there. But what if my husband now, my significant other now, we come back home, we pass to the kids go to school, they pass to whomever, and let's just say, hypothetically speaking, it's only 4 in that household. We know many people who have 5, 6, 8, 10 people in the household. So everything that they had, other kids who they've been around, you bringing it back. And not only for the kids, our educators too. Now, granted, the numbers have said kids 10 years old and under have not been shown to spread it as much. However, as the ages go up, so does the rates. We need to keep these kids at home virtual, because what it's really about, they don't give a damn about them kids going to school. What it is about is that funding. If you don't have X amount of so many kids in this school, then you're not going to get X amount of many dollars. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing, you can do 1 or 2 things. If we can do virtual, I say do virtual. And if you can't do virtual, I don't think a whole year off is a bad thing, because what I can tell you is this. A lot of times our educators are forced to be babysitters. Let's keep it real. So these life skills, because a lot of y'all done got men, women, and in between that don't know how to wash dishes, wash clothes, change the tire, none of that. You have time to teach them all that. You have time to teach them how to be a responsible spouse. You have time to teach them about civics and things of that nature. So let's just say if it wasn't even a virtual option as far as education, you still can be teaching them life skills. But that's my take on it. Hopefully y'all pay attention to the school districts, the communities, because before we can even get our kids together in schools, we need to get our communities and our cities together as far as eradicate or at least cutting these rates in half, because they just keep going up and up and up.
Oh, and before y'all do that, y'all need to get your house in order.
Get your house in order.
I think what it just goes to show is just these systems that we have in place they're not sustainable. These government systems are not sustainable, because look at something like little old Corona then came in and just tore up everything in a matter of months. And these are systems that have been in place for decades and hundreds of years. So I just feel like like in LA, their school districts are completely remote. I read that, completely remote. And it just goes to show how Houston is struggling with being a blue city in a red state. So I definitely feel like it just goes to show that a lot of these systems, like I was saying, need to be tore the fuck down and completely rebuilt, because it's not sustainable. There's no way to put it together or patch it together that is going to work, especially with our infection rates and the rates of people catching it still being so high.
I agree 100%.
I feel like everything in America boils down to either money and or politics or both. And capitalism definitely plays a part in those kids going back to school. From the lunches, the lunch ladies, teachers being paid, to how many kids are in the classroom, is how much funding the school district gets. Everything boils down to capitalism. And now they have politicized this virus, which is crazy as hell, because that's insane as hell. I don't understand how public health crisis is now politicized, but whatever. So it's all a mess. It's all a hot mess. And if they don't do something soon, it's my fear that as someone that loves politics and economics, we're either going to be in a huge, deep recession or we're going to be in a depression. Because I was reading on the Wall Street Journal not that long ago that 32% of people haven't paid their rent for July. Yeah. That's huge. That's like one out of every 3-4 houses. That's crazy. So it's gonna be a mess if they don't get it together soon.
They're not gonna get it together. White people never get it together. They're not gonna get it together.
And it's interesting to me how you can see the humanity in a lot of Democratic-led leaders versus Republican-led leaders. Republican-led leaders are like, the money. And Democrats are like, hold on, people dying, people getting killed. Like, hold on, let's hold on.
I don't see that. I think that they're both invested in a system that is meant for them to prosper and succeed. It's like y'all can go on recess for a week, 2 weeks, still get paid. Meanwhile, it's people that can't pay their rent, their mortgage. There's kids that, haven't been to school, aren't able to socialize, are in these, the whole school system in itself is broken. And I just think that Republicans, Democrats are they're invested in this system that is broken. I don't think that they care about truly fixing it, because if they did, there wouldn't be such an issue with passing extended unemployment or passing a second stimulus package, or I just think that they even the crumbs that they give us just show that they don't give a fuck. None of them do.
I mean, I'm not saying that the Democrats, trust me, because they have their issues for sure. But if you look at up north and the West Coast, like California, and if you look at Michigan, those governors are Democratic-led governors. Those are Democratic-led states. And so those states immediately said, hey, we on lockdown, y'all wearing masks. But when you look at states like Texas and Georgia and Alabama, they have the worst numbers because of their Republican-led leadership. And I'm pretty sure if there was a Democrat-led Senate and Congress, Senate and House of Representatives, we would have had something passed by now because I think like the Democrats put like $2,000, every household get like $2,000 a month, and the Republicans were like over their dead body. Like Chuck Schumer literally said that, like over his, no, that was Mitch McConnell. He was like, over my dead body, will we have $2,000 for every household? And he said, over his dead body, will they renew unemployment benefits? I was like, damn, for real? Like, is that serious?
To white people, it's a difference because white people are very individual and Black and brown people, we're very communal, and queer people, anybody that's marginalized, we're very communal. Like white people are very like, my individual rights supersede any groups, any marginalized group. And marginalized people are like, we want us as a group, and of course there's still fault in that, but it's like, we want us as a group to rise, and white people are like, no, my personal rights supersede anything. And if you're going to infringe on my personal rights, my money, my taxes, my right, if I got to wear a mask, I don't give a fuck if 1,000 people die. I feel like that's how it is. But I'm ready for the shit to burn to the ground. I don't care.
Turn stove full. Turn
Wait a minute.
That's my Adderall. Slowly but surely leaving my system. So this is me. Raw. Ain't no shit.
Let's move on for shit get out of here. Okay, bye.
Because I'm sipping. I'm like, wait a minute. We could throw some 666 up here. All right, but let's go ahead and get to Pride while we're all here.
All right. I got some things to get off my chest.
Before we deep dive into our Pride discussion, I definitely want to highlight We Got Pride, which is why we're here. We Got Pride is our TQLGB Black virtual Pride experience because we're on quarantine and we know that pride and celebrating pride is essential in our community, and not just pride, but pride amongst the Black queer community, pride amongst the Black queer TGNC community, especially in a month where Black trans women are getting murdered, we're getting queer rights. It might seem like we're moving a mile, but it seems like we're getting pushed back 2 miles. So I personally feel like it's imperative that we, as we do at the Mahogany Project, continue to celebrate and give roses and, just try to bring joy to the community while we can in these times. So now let's get to the deep dive.
All right. So what's your guys' favorite Pride moment? What's your favorite Pride moment? Anybody?
Oh yes, I think I said that last time. My favorite Pride moment was last year when I was, because I am an ambassador for the city of Houston. I Am Life campaign, and that's the first time I was at the top of a float, and it was just like, wow, so many like just queer people, and I don't get. I mean, if y'all in Houston, y'all already know it be hot. Okay, if we was in the triple digits, 80%, if not 100% humidity. So
Last year, it was hot at Pride. It was hot.
However, once it started to get moving, like I was just so intoxicated from like the people, the screaming. You seeing so many of these young queer kids just reaching, see, just reaching bees. I'm just like, man, I remember when I was out there and my first Pride, I was just like, wow, these people get to be themselves, just out here and be celebrated. So that was my favorite Pride moment, just throwing them bees and just seeing all the cheering faces, everybody reaching out. I love it. That's my.
And I missed it. Did I run into you last year? Because I know I ran into Adonis. I mean, not Adonis. I know I ran into Atlantis at Pride. I can't remember.
You know, because Pride was so packed. Like, so packed.
Well, since Joel brought it up, my favorite Pride moment was the fact that my mom got to be one of the honorary Pride Grand Marshals last year. Although I did not go to Pride, I have not been to Pride in such a long time.
Why you ain't go to Pride?
I just don't find it to be safe.
Okay.
I don't find it to be.
I think the location is very interesting. I didn't realize that. Because last year was my first Pride, and I think the location was interesting. I don't know.
It's definitely new because we used to be in Montrose with our Pride.
Yeah, that's weird. It's weird to be downtown. I didn't really think that. I don't know. It was weird.
It's definitely more space than what it used to be when we had in Montrose. I did have more fun because it was in the actual neighborhood. You could patronize those businesses. However, it's it's different.
Baby Kroger's got tired of y'all stealing out of there.
I was always about Bortini. I'm a former Mr. Bortini. Shouts out to Bortini.
Well, my friends used to talk about Bartinis. I'm so mad I missed out.
Oh God, let me say something. That was the club.
And I missed out on 20. I missed out on all the clubs. I really
2020 was lit.
I heard.
It was lit, but it wasn't like Bortini's.
I heard about
I'm mad about Big O's. That's what I'm mad about.
I heard about Big O's too. I missed everything, literally.
I'm glad I came out thin
Y'all
versus
some
now. Because, now they have places that still open during the pandemic. And that's all they have.
Here we go.
I ain't saying about name, they still open during the pandemic.
I feel like for me, my favorite Pride moment was because I went to Prides in LA and in Long Beach. And that's when I truly was like going full speed within my trans journey. And that's when I had just got out of college. And I mean, the Pride in Long Beach was very, very, because LA to me personally is not a pro-Black city and it's not a pro-brown city as much as it don't even seem like that. But Long Beach Pride was very pro-Black. It was very brown. It was very queer. It was very, it was live. It was lit. It was huge. And going there with my friends and just dancing and having a good time. And even like the couple of times that I went to the West Hollywood Pride, I mean, it wasn't great, but just being with my friends and just that feeling. Of course, when you get older and you see that it's not what it is, and you realize that they don't let them play rap music or R&B music, but or they, have extra security in the hip hop tent, or they don't even have a hip hop tent. But that's neither here nor there. I feel like for me, Pride was really about just being able to be with my friends in a space and we're just having a good time. And just, I think that those moments for me is what Pride was about. I don't care for Pride now. I feel like now it's just, it is what it is. But, well, I enjoyed it last year. It was just really hot. It was really, really hot.
Yeah.
I was there, so I don't know. I was in my house on my couch. But what about you, Marnina?
I've only been to Pride in Atlanta, and I love Atlanta. I just love queer men, period. Like, don't get me wrong, I love queer girls too because I date queer girls, but queer men are so much fun to be around. Like, I just love the boys. Huh?
I said, and it's a lot of butch queens in Atlanta.
It is.
It is.
I feel like maybe
It's a lot of
queer women. They kind of have internal, especially Black queer women, they have this internalized misogynoir that keeps them boxed up. Because I've been in Black queer female spaces, and I'm just like, why? We should be free because it's a space of Black queer women, and it just seems like we're so committed to these boxes that white straight men created for us. I don't understand.
And it doesn't allow for like the fun activities of it, or like, but you want to know what? I was talking to one of my homeboys and he was saying the same thing. He was like, I don't like going to, like, when 2020 used to happen, they were like, oh, well, I don't want to go to boy night because I don't like being around all the boys. And I was like, well, I don't like going to girl night because I don't like being around the girls.
Was
so,
that
like,
me?
the same, huh?
Was that me?
I think it was. It was.
Oh my God, the Golden Girls house is on the market. I'm sorry.
Oh Lord.
Somebody
But yeah, it's just a different energy when you're around. I guess I don't know if it's like competition or what it is, but anyway, I love Atlanta Pride. Atlanta Pride is everything to me. I love it.
Never been to Atlanta, and I want to visit, but I don't know if I'm an Atlanta girl. I don't know.
Okay, so how has Pride changed or evolved over the years in your eyes?
It's terrible. It's awful.
So you think it started off and just it still is? Sis?
I think it started as a protest. It started as a protest for the injustices that were happening against our community. It was started by Black and brown TGNC people. And now white people are the face of it. I'm really confused. Like, I'm really baffled by this. And I feel like white gay people will take the opportunity to celebrate the most minute victory while we are getting killed and murdered in the streets, whether it's Black trans women or the Black community that Black queer people are a part of. White people will be like, oh, you know what? We got our employment benefits and we're gonna celebrate it during Pride. Fuck y'all trans people that's getting killed. And I'm just like, I'm so confused because it's every year. It's every year. That's why I'm like, it's gotten worse. And I feel like they have co-opted Marsha P. Johnson, and they've co-opted, like Sylvia Rivera, they've co-opted these images, but meanwhile, the faces of Pride are still white. So it's worse to me. And I don't understand why Pride costs money. I don't understand that either. I guess so y'all could pay these straight people to perform? Okay.
Anybody
I
else?
think it's the same reason why, like, in a lot of heavy, like in a lot of advocacy places for like HIV and AIDS stuff. I call it AIDS Inc. There's a lot of like capitalism, and I feel like it's the same way with Pride. Like I feel like financially, it has become a capitalistic
absolutely
monolith of I'm gonna put a rainbow on a piece of product that I sell and send it out the door so I could sell it. Yeah, so that's my Pride merch. And it's just like, it's disgusting. And like the money and the proceeds don't even go to like queer folks. So it's like, what was the idea behind it? I don't know.
Just like you see all this shit talking about Black Lives Matter, like they got a sign in the Dollar Tree. And don't get me wrong, it's good to see that. However, again, it goes back to what you said earlier, capitalism. If there's a way to make money, they're gonna make it.
So, okay. So when we were talking about what has changed over Pride, earlier we talked about how the Pride flag has changed and how it has evolved, and it's inclusive of the Black and brown.
And shout out to the people for that, because we didn't even wait for them to adopt their flag. Just everybody started using it. Because we were trying to, they said, oh no, because originally it was supposed to be yada yada. No, people just thought, we said, this is the flag, and we just kept going with
Oh, somebody was talking about that. They was like, why is there brown and black in the pride flag? That's not a color of the rainbow. I was like, bitch, are we gonna get into this or are we gonna get into this? Because I don't understand what's the fucking issue about adding black and brown. Like, well, I mean, we might as well add every color. That's not even a color of the rainbow.
Everything come from black anyway. Everything come from black anyway.
I'm like, bitch, really? Are we really talking about representing all of the community? Like, I'm like, this is why y'all get called bitches and motherfuckers, and we start cursing y'all out. Like,
that's it.
So what I was gonna say was, I'm not the biggest fan of the flag with the black and the brown inside of the thing. I don't. Gasper Oasis, I don't think Black people are defined by colors in a fucking flag. So I don't think. I mean, adding black and brown to the flag did absolutely nothing. It didn't stop Black trans women from dying. It didn't cause people in tribes around America to start prioritizing. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying people aren't even officially adopting it. Like, it's such an issue to even add 2 simple colors or 3 simple colors. It's such an issue.
It enforced prides around the United States to start prioritizing Black and brown individuals. It didn't create or promote more funding for Black and brown-led organizations. What has it done? Because more vision. Ooh, that's that whiskey. What did it do besides cause more division, more arguments, more problems? Like, and it didn't, and it caused more shit for Black people. Now it's more shit that we have to deal with, because you got to listen to white LGBT people, feel some kind of way about, like I was just saying, about some colors that they don't feel like belong in a flag. It's like, it's fucking colors, like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't feel like that defines Black and brown people. I don't think it made their struggle any better. I don't think it did anything to uplift us or really promote the visibility of Black and brown people within the community. And that's just my opinion. So I'm gonna move right along.
Oh, what I do like about Pride, I will say this. Whether people are really accepting it or however they feel, I do love the fact that people are a lot more, they walk on eggshells around what they say now and how they do shit. As far as employment in certain places. Well, I really think the people that really care about losing certain shit,
so now they with closeted with they.
Yeah. Just, baby, I don't care what you do at home, baby. Just my praise and respect me and mine.
I feel like it always comes out. I feel like you always hear like, oh, this company claims to be pro this, but they actually secretly are sending some messages talking about you know, I feel like it always still comes out. I don't think that I think that they might walk on eggshells, but that's just because they still want our money. They still want our support.
That's all it's about. But that's all honestly any of this is about. I don't think so many people even for like quote unquote gay marriage or even for black this, they just want the money. So my thing is, while I'm patronizing you, just respect me. That's all I need you to do. Cause what you're not gonna be, and baby, let me tell you this. I've been boycotting Chick-fil-A before it was a thing to boycott it. Now don't get me wrong, baby. When I did go, they gave me some of the best customer service I ever received to this day. However, I will not go back because they stand strong and wrong with their views. So
They got good cookies.
well, I don't know. I ain't had that. It's been a decade for me.
Oh, okay.
It's been a decade for me.
So moving right along.
So how you doing? Got good. When last time you been there?
Wow.
Okay.
Wait, Bernice, let me introduce this next question because I know you have some things to say about this. So we're talking about Pride, and I know we're all in Houston in Living Colors. So we're going to talk about Pride specifically in Houston. Now, if anybody wants to deep dive and say some specific things, but we're going to talk about the lack of Black queer and trans representation within Houston's Pride. I mean, and it, of course, could ripple into other prides because I know it's a collective issue, but we'll talk about home.
This was definitely a thing.
Well, I guess I can say mine first because mine is on the, not assuming anybody else is different. Mine is on the positive spin. My mother, the legendary, iconic, incomparable Tommy Ross, was the Pride female identified Grand Marshal. So that alone, I was so happy. I can't say this. Pride this year seemed a lot blacker than what it's been in my whole existence as a Houstonian. And that is all.
The year we in quarantine?
Y'all, them people didn't know we supposed to be. Now look at y'all, like them people didn't know when they came on the board last year it's gonna be quarantine.
Okay, what money? Look at the wild food.
Yeah, so what y'all want the people to do?
Slide over, baby.
I had to introduce this segment because I know I was like, well, Bernice can't introduce it and then go into the deep dive.
Let me tell y'all something. I want to start this conversation off by prefacing a couple things, okay? First, start off by saying Houston Pride is the fourth largest pride. Houston is the most ethnicity diverse city in the United States. Most of the people that's on our Pride board right now are African Americans, and there was African American cis, queer, trans representation at the Pride, right? However, it's always the constant same people that are always pushed into the forefront so that we can say that we did something, right? And then when you look at Pride, everywhere was this thing about, oh, Pride was supposed to be a rally that was supposed to encompass Black lives, right? But one of the things that we have seen come out of the whole Black Lives Matter movement is how the talk about and the inclusion of trans people and queer people that are Black into that movement, right? Especially a movement that was founded by these said individuals, okay? So when Pride Houston said that they had a Black Lives Matter rally along with a Pride rally, but the main two images that you have behind Dee Dee Waters and Ashton and Tiffany Skills are of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. And let me also preface this by saying, I'm not saying that George Floyd and Breonna Taylor does not deserve justice, okay? But when you are at a LGBT function and there's LGBT people who have died of police brutality, and then we also know that not only this year but also last year that disproportionate number of trans people have died in the Pride season, you do nothing to really pay homage to those people. There was no signs behind them showing images of those people. There was no signs behind them of Tony McDade. So when we talk about the inclusion of these people, it's not me saying that these people was not present, but in the overall tone and the spectrum of what was supposed to be presented, it was not presented in a reflective way of what the community or what the event or what the organization stands for. It was not. And to even go further and to piggyback off of what Adonis said, yes, Adonis' mother is the female grand marshal, woman identifying or female identifying. But ask them how long did it take to get one?
I know the people they doing progress because it's 2020, so they're progressing.
Okay, Adonis.
Can we applaud? Can we please acknowledge this song?
Okay.
Damn.
Okay, Adonis.
I definitely think it's progress, but they don't make real progress. I just don't see. I see they give us something that looks good, but I don't
value version of a pride.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm really tired of seeing the first Black person to do this, or the first Black person to do that, or the first trans woman to do this, or the first trans man to do this. I think that we have a long way to go. We have such a long way to go when it comes to the inclusion of Black folks, especially Black trans women who started this movement, who threw the first brick during Stonewall, who are the mothers of our houses, who love us when our parents kick us out and we have nowhere to go, who are just some of the most amazing, impactful women I've ever met in my life. And this ain't no lie. Like, I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking about the love I have for the amazing trans women that love on me each and every day, that check up on me to make sure I ate, make sure I take my meds. Like, I got some dope ass trans women behind me. So when I'm coming with them in my mind, with them in my heart, in my soul. And to see that the average lifespan of a Black trans woman is 35 in the North and 32 in the South is just, it's mind-boggling to me that as Pride, they're not doing more to advocate for Black trans women, that they're not putting their money where their mouth is.
It seems like they continue to miss the mark. Continue. Like, and I don't know, maybe I feel like it's very easy. I feel like this is something that's very easy, but they continuously miss the mark because they might put out a cute statement, but it's like if you're not truly advocating, where is Black and brown trans and TGNC people started the Pride movement? Why are they not the majority on the board? I don't understand. Why are they not? Why is it that we're still in 2020 having first? I don't, like Vernon said, I just feel like, and that's my issue with the Pride Month and Pride celebration in general. I feel like I don't understand why it seems like you have to twist their fucking arm for them to talk about Black trans life, TGNC life, the intersectionality of oppression within our community. You literally have to twist their arm for them to make a statement. And the statement be so bland and dry and then
and disingenuous.
And then it's like, we're in July. I haven't heard any more statements. I haven't heard or seen nothing else. Nothing. It's like we're in July and it's back to the same organizations within the community doing the work. And Pride may come around once in a blue moon and drop a cute little something. But it's like, I just feel like I don't want to give them a pat on the back. I don't. I want consistency. I want movement. I want real movement and real change.
And for me, it's not even just, and I want to also preface and speak upon this. Last year, I did a little research on, or a little test on, if you will, I looked at how many organizations had Pride logos or had turned their logos into Pride flags last year during Pride season, right? And I intentionally waited until midnight on the West Coast, okay, to see how many people would change their logos back at midnight. And you will be surprised how many organizations, as soon as August 1st came around, they didn't even wait. It was like they wanted it to be done. So when people worked up in the morning, that shit was off their page.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to talk about it, people. Let's talk about it.
And I think it's interesting that now that everything is virtual and now that we're staying home and quarantining, you really see who is even doing the lackluster post, who's even doing the standard Pride post. Like, you don't even see companies doing that. Like,
let's talk about it. It's
8:43.
Oh, so let's not talk about it. Let's push it, because apparently the day's got somewhere to go.
No, but y'all be saying y'all want to stay on time.
Okay, so we would like to see change in future Pride celebrations. I think it's gonna be a common consensus on this one.
More Black.
I would like to see more Black and brown involvement. I would like to see especially more trans women, more trans men that are Black specifically pushed to the forefront. I want to real address issues of Black lives being taken, especially Black trans women. I want more Black folks to be a part of the planning process, and I want more Black entertainers to come to the celebration and to be a part of it. I just want it to be more melanated.
I want more Black people to participate in a non-tokenized fashion, and I would also like for it to have some more educational components or resource-driven components. Why aren't we doing some self-defense classes? Why aren't we helping people get name changes and gender marker changes? Why aren't we doing things like community yoga? Why can't we have community yoga together? Why let's do some more things. Let's have more conversations, since we have that many people there. Let's have more conversations around mental health. Let's have more conversations around stigma, body imagery. Let's talk more about HIV/AIDS. Let's talk.
Are more focused on, because you could tell this is clearly a white cisgender money-driven thing. Because if it was run by Black and brown people, we're all about family. We're all about community. I don't never see no white people having no family reunion. They don't even know how that shit works.
They don't wear shirts.
I'm like, in Black and brown communities, we have traditions where our family reunions are a whole event that is holistic. We have different aspects and parts of a family reunion. And I just feel like white people don't have that. So they don't know how to put something together like that. All they know how to do is to play some music and dance and spend some money and make people spend money. But I definitely think that having a more holistic, inclusive event that is more community driven and community focused, yeah, it could have the entertainment aspect, but I think that there are other events that are more representative of holistic and community driven, just something that is more for the community and for the people. I just feel like, I just wish that Pride would be that way. It's not gonna be that way being run and created by white people now, but that's my wish.
Or whitewash Black people, or whitewash Latinx people, or or whatever, But yeah. Any final or closing thoughts so we can get a done and song up out of here?
Here we go. Here we go.
8:43, 8:44 now.
Now, some people may not be at the same place with their man or their significant other or their spouse. So some of us may have to drive to destinations to be with them. Some of us think, our man waiting on them, our significant other waiting on them with food.
I thought is that about Pride?
Yes.
I was like,
What does it have to do? Like, what does it have to do? Mm-hmm. With TG and CP, what does it have to do?
That's what I question to you.
I don't know. So you know, I mean, we want to have healthy relationships within the
Adonis, so
Black
these are
TV
your
community.
these are your closing thoughts.
My closing thoughts is be the change you want to see. I know it sounds cliche. Don't wait on anybody else to do it because what may be pertinent and important to you may not be to the other person or not as important. And always white front to back.
Anybody else? Let's get this lady pop for here.
Oh my
Express my closing words I gave it to you.
Anybody else? I always ask questions. Never feel like no question is a stupid question or you don't have rights or authorities to ask questions or to know why. Baby, ask what you want to ask.
my final thoughts are just to keep the conversation going. I feel like we started it, and just to keep it going. I just feel like it's a lot of points and a lot of valid topics that we were only able to, start. But I think that's my final thought, is just to keep it going.
Keep it up.
I guess my final thoughts is be brave, be bold, and be beautiful.
That's it.
Okay.
Be like, if you're worried about it.
All right. Well, until next time.
We'll come over into with my homies, baby.
Until next time.
Know that you got me.
Okay, you need a little something to get you through the quarantine.
Yeah.
You know where to find us, okay? We'll be right here. Unfortunately, some of us will be right here.
I'm scatting on the way out. Lyrically.
He giving us closing music.
Let's see. 2 scrambled toast.
Bye, y'all.
What is this?
All right.
What
y'all.
kind of mix is this?
Hold on. Can you celebrate my art?
I won't yuck your young baby.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Y'all be safe, people. Peace out. What do?
Adonis over that class.